Hey, and welcome back to Chuck's Tuesday Tips. Incidentally, it is Tuesday, and we're taking a little break from the fox pup on account of JJ had to work at his other job all week, so he didn't have a chance to get it any further on that. So what we're going to do today is talk a little bit about mannequin alteration on a larger life-size product. We're coming over here, we're going to put together this half-mount bear, but if you'll notice that this is just straight, and we ordered this straight so that we can make it do what we want. Now, in the olden days, everything was made straight because they assumed that a taxidermist had enough skills to take one straight walking pose and change it to make it do whatever he needed to do. Nowadays they have a gazillion different poses, so people want to order one already doing whatever it is it's doing. But sometimes it's faster to take the right size and just make it do what you want it to do. We're going to talk about a couple different things. One thing is I'm going to talk about opening a mouth. So this one we're going to make into just what they call a pant, where it's just going to show part of the front teeth. So a lot of times you see people when they go to open their mouth, they'll come maybe to right here and cut it and drop it. Well, that makes it look like a little bit of broken jaw. What you need to do always is make it move from where it was intended to move from. So we have a bear skull here, and we can see where the jaw is hinged on here. So we can come back and mark it at the right place. So instead of cutting it here, we cut it all the way back here, and drop it from there. Maybe I'll just go ahead and do that real quick. So we're going to just follow this imaginary line that I made around. All the way through the lip line, out the front of the lip. Poor JJ, I told him I didn't know what I was going to do today, so. And we'll come and flip this around a little more. Cut it straight down the bottom. Come around here, come up to our same point. Don't worry about messing up, because if you mess up, you can always put it back. It's just foam. And we learned how to do this by messing up. Oops, just messed up. Good thing I said don't worry about it. Now we can drop our mouth to what we call dropping it to taste. We're going to have, of course, cut a little chunk out of here, and then we're going to have to rebuild all of this. But we're going to be able to put our half jaw in, and we're just going to show just the lower teeth. So that's one step we're doing to this one. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to lift one foot, one leg up. So how we're going to do that is we're going to cut this leg at the joint right here. Now we'd cut the foot, and then we're going to bend. We'll cut out a wedge and bend it. You can even look at your own body for reference. And then after we do that, if I like the way it looks, or don't like it, I might possibly take this shoulder and rotate it out a little farther forward. So remember to always go with the joints. Now, if you were really smart, and sometimes when I have big alterations to do, I'll order these without the rods. And I forgot to do that in this one, because now I'm going to have to bend this big ass heavy rod in here. If we didn't have any rods, we could just cut the leg off. And see, we hit this rod, so I was hoping to be able to cut this wedge out and bend this up without cutting the whole leg off, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. But anyway, you get the idea there. And then I always talk about dorsal cuts a lot. This barrel's dorsal cut down the back. And you're going to really see an advantage to that when you do this compared to having it. This is where being tall comes in handy. Anyway, we can sort of put it on like a sock. This one, when we had it on yesterday, was really tight to get over here. Because we don't have any glue on it, and the glue really helps it to move. So, anyway, always something. We'll cut this to make sure it fit. Put it on. As soon as you turn the camera on, it won't go on. Murphy's Law. Murphy, besides being an optimist, was a taxidermist. So we get it both ways. Not only does everything go wrong at the worst possible time, it goes wrong twice. Because now this won't even go on here. Which leads me to cut it again. A little bit higher up. There we go. Gee, look at all the time I'm saving. There we go. Now we'll only have to sew up the back and just sew a few incisions, one on each side of the foot after we put our foot in. The other way we do it is we talk about the belly cut, like this porcupine here. It's cut all the way up like for a rug, so we get a lot more sewing to do. Anyway, that's going to wrap it up for this Tuesday's edition. Next week we'll return back to our Fox Pup episode. We'll see you next week on Chuck's Tuesday Tips.